the academics are really strong, but I think that the athletics have became and grown stronger.
Being on a national stage and, being able to coach some of the athletes that I've been able to coach over the last 4 years has been tremendous for me as a coach and for Sidwell as a community, as a program.
Having those candidates like Jaden and Kiki, it really raised the bar for the rest of us.
This season, it's Kendall's turn to be a senior leader, and the 6'2" forward has the skill and basketball IQ to potentially be an All-American herself.
I'm not very much like the flashy type of player. I think I do all the intangible things, like I rebound really well, I play defense, I'm really aggressive on offense, and then, I like to be a leader and motivate and stay positive on the court for my other teammates.
She's a winner, willing to do whatever it takes to win. But, ultimately, too, just an easygoing kid. She'll do whatever she's asked to do. And so, for me, that's been a coach's dream. I know she's my kid, but, if, just taking the mom hat off just as a coach, some of the things she does on the floor, it can be things that don't always show up in the stat line, right? But they're winning plays. She does things to help the team win.
But Kendall's selflessness extends beyond the basketball court. She's active with a charity called the Sports Mom Foundation, which provides mentoring and financial support to young female athletes in underprivileged communities. In 2022, Kendall was honored for her charity work with the Billie Jean King Youth Leadership Award. That recognition gave Kendall an opportunity to attend the ESPY Awards and also meet Billie Jean King, the tennis icon and women's rights advocate.
Just to be in the same presence as someone so acknowledged and has so many accolades felt good for me, because then I think I had gained some confidence and just really got to learn and understand everything.
The world gets to see who she is, the kind of person that really wants to, give back and find ways to influence the next generation in a positive way. And she wants to kind of project herself to the world as a person that's just not about basketball, that there's more depth to her.
When it came to her college search, Kendall wanted the opportunity to grow both on and off the floor, and she found the ideal match at UCLA. There, she'll be reunited with her former Sidwell teammate, Kiki Rice.
The school in general, not even including the basketball program, but just there's so many opportunities that are there for me. And I just feel like that would have been the best school for me to learn and grow as a person and really be able to live both of the best worlds with basketball and just social life in general.
And I see her future as being very bright there. We have real expectations when she goes into college, she has to earn everything that she gets. And, if she plays 1 minute or if she plays 20 minutes a game, at the end of the day, it's the big picture that we're looking at.
While Kendall would love to play basketball for as long as she can, she still has her eyes on the bigger picture. She wants to keep opening up opportunities for young girls who may not have as many.
I really want to be in broadcasting and media. If the league comes knocking, that would be the first way, and then broadcasting. But overall, trying to do my best using my voice to grow the game.
When she was really young, she kind of displayed those things, just always kind of thinking about the next person. Whether it was on the court or outside the court, she's always had that personality about putting others first, which makes me more proud than anything she could ever accomplish on the floor.
For me, my biggest aspiration is just to inspire and teach and kind of help young girls and young female athletes to get confidence and just teach them what they need to do to feel good about themselves and, be their best selves.
In this week's Journey to Greatness, we hear from an all-time great defensive back. In 9 NFL seasons with the Kansas City Chiefs, Eric Berry was a 3-time first-team All-Pro. He was named to the NFL's All-Decade team of the 2010s. The former All-American safety at the University of Tennessee was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2023.
It means a lot. It's a testament of the sacrifices that were made, not only by myself, but my family, my community, definitely my mom and dad.
You often hear Berry talk a lot about his family, especially his parents, who have always been supportive in his football journey, going all the way back to his days at Creekside High School in Georgia.
I really want to give so much appreciation to my mom, simply just being there emotionally and just being present, just making sure she asking the questions like, are you having fun? Are you doing your best? She didn't really ask me about football. She was just concerned about if I was having fun. And then my dad just being there like, if you are going to pursue this thing, make sure you do your best. Like, it's a certain way you need to go about handling your business, and that's the way you need to do it. And he set the standard pretty early, and I'm truly appreciative of that.
Many fans have always found Berry inspiring, not only for his play on the field, but also his fight off of it. In 2014, his NFL career was put on hold when he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Ferry was not only able to return to the Chiefs in 2015, but he also made his 4th Pro Bowl that season and was named the NFL Comeback Player of the Year. While injuries did shorten his career, he was a Pro Bowler in all 5 seasons in which he played at least 15 games. Now as a College Football Hall of Famer, he hopes his story can continue to serve as inspiration for people to fight through challenges, whether they be in sports or any aspect of life.
I just hope they acknowledge my dedication to the game, and not necessarily for the accolades. I think it's more about the presence that I brought on the field and what I represent, my family, my community, my people, and just being inspired that if anything comes your way that you feel like you can't handle, bouncing back from injury, bouncing back from cancer, if you just have the right mindset, you truly believe in the Most High, you can come back and accomplish great things.
I'm Jason Asmona, and I play for Hillcrest Prep in Phoenix, Arizona. Today, I'm going to show you guys just a reverse micro drill, something I do when I warm up every time I come to the gym. I like this drill because it works on my touches around the rim, and it just works on me getting the feel around the game for that day. This drill can help you with finishing around the rim and getting over bigger defenders and just being an all-around player through the score. I'm Jason Asmona, and that's my tip.
We need another timeout, but still to come, basketball prospects in California and New Jersey. Stay with us.
Want more Sports Stars of tomorrow? Follow Sports Stars TV on your favorite social media platforms. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after 11% rebate. Bags of Schultz plant food are just $3.99. Moving blankets, only $1.99. Stock up with Dot's Homestyle Pretzels, just $4.99 per bag. 75-count Clorox disinfecting wipes, only $3.54. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry in before time runs out. Sign up for Menards emails to get more hot deals, plus the weekly flyer right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning, and I'm partnering with the American Red Cross this year to tackle blood shortages. Giving blood's important because every 2 seconds, someone actually needs blood, and unfortunately, only like 3% of the U.S. population donates. So we have to step up to give and to make sure there's plenty of blood available for those in need. Visit redcrossblood.org to get in the game and make an appointment to give.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Sports connects us all. Maybe you play, maybe you coach, maybe you cheer. On the field and off, Fan Zone is for you. Scan this QR code to join Fan Zone, the ultimate online forum for sports fans. Tell us what you think about what you see on TV, online, and streaming. Your voice can help shape the future of sportscasting, product creation, website creation, and much more. Join Fan Zone today.
Miss anything from the show or just want to see it again? See all the videos we have online at sportsstarsoftomorrow.com.
It's time for another trip on the recruiting trail as we hit the road to meet some of the nation's best prospects. This week, we're stopping north of San Francisco in Napa, California to meet 5-star guard Zoom Diallo. Though he's now in California, Zoom Diallo proved he's one of the elite prospects in the 2024 class when he was at Curtis Senior High School in Tacoma, Washington. In his junior year there, he was named the state's Gatorade Player of the Year after averaging 20 points, 5.5 assists, and 4.5 rebounds per game. He also led the Vikings to their second consecutive state championship.
I'm an aggressive guard. I get to the lane, 2 feet in the lane, create plays for myself and others. I use my strength and my size to be physical and go to the lane. And I like to get it out in transition, so push the ball at the court and have my teammates run with me.
His performance earned him an opportunity to try out for the USA U19 national team last summer. The tryout consisted of several players who are currently in college, and Zoom was grateful for the opportunity to compete with them.
Well, it's a blessing. It's a dream come true. A bunch of us, look up, watch, the Kobe Bryant's playing, the LeBron, KD's having the U.S. on their chest. Just the opportunity to be invited to, a mini camp to even get invited to a national team is a blessing. So, being here is just a blessing, and, I'm just taking it all in.
Zoom was looking for a new challenge in his last season of high school basketball, so he's now playing for Prolific Prep, which plays a national schedule and gives him yet another chance to test his skills against high-level competition. The 6'4" guard has done more than prove himself. He's rated as a 5-star prospect and in the top 25 overall for the 2024 class. Zoom had scholarship offers from across the country, including his top 4 of Arizona, USC, Washington, and Gonzaga.
Here we go.
A family atmosphere, or a school that plays a good play style that I'm comfortable with. Lets me play.
All right, we're back here in a moment.
Let me come in and, be the guy to make a big difference for the team.
Just before Christmas, he announced he'll return to his home state next season and play for the Washington Huskies. After challenging himself against many of the nation's best teams,
it's the great players. Relying on the voice of St. Louis, Jay Boyack, Scott Warmann back with you. We'll talk some more Cardinal baseball coming up a little bit later on in this time.
Now we're going to make a stop in the talent-rich state of New Jersey. Jaden Glover knows the basketball scene in the Garden State very well. He's made stops at Roselle Catholic, St. Benedict's Prep. Now he's in his second season at the Patrick School. GPS has carried on the tradition of the now closed St. Patrick High School, which was where Kyrie Irving and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist played. The Celtics have produced a number of blue-chip prospects since those days, and Glover's proud to have his turn as the senior leader of the program.
He joins us right now. I learned a lot. Willie, appreciate the time. His mind, congratulations on
infinite knowledge about basketball. And this team, I'm really looking forward to the season. I want to see what we can do. I feel like
I know you Jaden is a 6'4" shooting guard who can equally impact both ends of the floor. He's active on defense, and he can also bring the crowd to its feet with rim-rattling dunks.
This year, getting back into the playoffs.
Whatever they need, I'll bring defense, shooting, finishing, rebounding, everything we need to do, I'll do it.
Well, Jaden is a national top 60 prospect. He's out to show he may still be a bit undervalued. Winning games against some of the highly ranked players in New Jersey and New York can certainly prove that.
I mean, it's amazing because they got one of the top players in the country, my boy Dylan. They got my boy Tahad. So it's a lot of competition, but I'm looking forward to competing. I want to win some type of national championship. I want to win Gatorade Player of the Year. I want to be ranked higher than I am right now.
Jaden will be staying close to home next season as he signed with St. John's. The Red Storm's hiring of Rick Pitino changed how he viewed the program.
Rick Pitino, his resume, his deep runs in the NCAA tournament, his multiple NCAA tournament champions. It's just everything about it. And the school is close to home, so that's just a plus on top of it.
Glover was one of Pitino's first big wins on the recruiting trail since taking the St. John's job, and he'll be an important part of the rebuild for the Johnnies.
We'll get to the San Antonio matchup here in just a moment.
We're going to take our last break, but stick around to see our latest viewer highlight tape.
On KMOR.
How did I ever miss
this?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta?
You'll never truly forget migraine, but 0 migraine days are possible. Don't take up allergic to Qulipta. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Qulipta. Don't forget you get migraine medicine.
The national football.
Michelin innovates on the road and far beyond by manufacturing prosthetic leg belts that allow for greater flexibility of movement.
But yet also having that team focus like you were just talking about.
Michelin,
you guys want to
motion
win
for life.
a championship.
This week only at Domino's, get unlimited mini-price pizzas for 50% off when you order online. Choose any size pizza you want, any crust you want, and any toppings you want. Oh, and any number of pizzas you want too.
But still trying to keep focused on the team aspect.
Pizzas. This week only at Domino's.
We need a small business loan fast.
I got this.
Loan Falcon! There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. Go to OnDeck.com, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
Sure.
Let your feet take you wherever your spirit wants to go. The redesigned Hurricane helps you navigate any surface so it truly stands alone. Move forward with confidence at Hurricane.com.
Meet Ken Whiting, world champion kayaker, best-selling author, and one of the most passionate paddlers you'll ever meet. For over 30 years, Ken's life has been guided by the paddle in his hand. Join him as he explores the world's best paddling destinations, from inspirational multi-day canoe trips to adrenaline-filled whitewater adventures. Ken will awaken your inner explorer and ignite your passion for the great outdoors. This is Facing Waves.
If you have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When symptoms tried to take control, I got rapid relief and reduced fatigue with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares kept trying to
Battlehawks
slow me
linebacker
down, I
Willie
got
Harvey
lasting
joins us
steroid-free
on
remission
Graybar
with
Sports
Rinvoq.
Open Line.
Check.
And when my doctor saw
You're the
damage,
UFL now.
Rinvoq
Last year, the
visibly reduced
XFL.
damage of
Obviously,
the
we all know the
intestinal
merger
lining.
from
Check.
USFL
For both
and
UC
the
and
XFL
Crohn's,
making it
rapid
UFL.
symptom relief,
Have you
lasting steroid-free
noticed any
remission.
difference
And
from
visibly
the
reduced
XFL
damage.
to the UFL
Check,
at all? Or
check,
pretty much
and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you
So I
are or
have
may
to
become
ask you this
pregnant.
question because,
Put
you know,
UC and
here in
Crohn's in
St. Louis
check
being
and
around,
keep them there
that
with
we're all
Rinvoq.
proud
Ask your
of the fan
gastroenterologist
base.
about
That,
Rinvoq and
obviously
learn how
we're all
AbbVie can
stricken
help
from
you
what
save.
happened, as you know the story in the National Football League. Describe for us as a player going to one of these other stadiums in the UFL and then playing in the dome
You
here.
didn't know. You have to call Leaf Filter.
Leaf Filter's patented filter technology keeps debris out of your gutters for good. Parenthood is such a wild ride.
It's a lot easier with Leaf Filter.
Join millions of satisfied homeowners. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER today or visit leaffilter.com.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, count me in. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Yeah, I'm glad you
Miss
said that
anything from
about
the
our
show,
city.
or
Obviously,
just
we
want to see
feel
it again?
from
See
what
all the
happened with
videos
that
we
team
have
going
online
back
at
to,
sportsstarsoftomorrow.com.
But I would imagine, and I, watching some of these games in the UFL.
Remember to send us your highlight, and you might wind up in our viewer mixtape segment.
In comparison,
This is Aiden Glover.
I would imagine for you guys,
Collier
it definitely has to be an advantage when you're going out on the field and you've got 30, almost 40,000 people, and hopefully more than that this week, and maybe the following week, you can fill the dome, which would be awesome. It's
And
got to
he
be
had
really a bump.
7 yards and 10 scores on the ground. He led his team to the playoffs in both of his varsity campaigns, and he was an all-Metro selection in his senior year. Aiden will be taking his talent to the SEC next season as he signed with the Missouri Tigers. If you'd like to be featured in this segment, we want to hear from you. Go to sportsstarsoftomorrow.com and click on contact. Fill out the form to tell us why you should be on the show.
When migraine strikes, are the trade-offs of treating worth it? Ubrelvy is another option. It quickly eliminates.
As we all know, you guys squeaked out a victory. It was a tight one last week in the win, and now you take on San Antonio again. What do you think of some of the keys for you guys to come out on top
I
this
have
week?
active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, count me in. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that
Well, Willie,
means
it will be definitely exciting. You know the place will be jumping on Sunday night, supporting you guys, and most of all, congratulations on your recognition from the UFL being an all linebacker this year. And we wish you nothing but success coming up this Sunday. We'll rooting you on, We'll get everybody out there. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Willie Harvey, he is the all UFL linebacker for the St. Louis Battlehawks. The Battlehawks taking on San Antonio once again at the Dome. That's coming up on Sunday night. It's the conference championship, and the winner of that one will take on the winner of the other conference for the championship game, which will be at the Dome, regardless if St. Louis wins or not. But we're hoping St. Louis wins. 6 o'clock is the kickoff at the Dome. Tickets, I understand, are still available. If you can't make it down, you can catch the game on our sister station, 97.1, starting at 6 o'clock with the kickoff. It'll be a 30-minute pregame show. Our own Tom Ackerman, along with the former Rams coach, Mike Martz, who, if you don't know, Mike actually lives here in St. Louis. And Mike will be with Aki coming up on Sunday night when the Battlehawks battle San Antonio at the Dome. All right, quick break here on Graybar Sports Open Line, and when we return, we'll go back to some baseball conversation. Cardinals analyst for Bally Sports Midwest and former Cardinal pitcher, and of course, as we always say over at Bally's, It wouldn't have been a 2006 World Championship with my partner, Brad Thompson. Peete will join us next. Stay with us on KMO.
Small turtle that my buddy found in a local pond for $1 and a Mattingly card.
Welcome to the Card Life, the only show all about the sports card hobby. I'm your host, Matt Strom. Regular season is underway this month in Philadelphia. Most of our stories will be taking place just across the border in New Jersey.
And I'll tag it at the end.
We'll start by talking to an incredibly talented card artist based in Runnymede, New Jersey, and even test his skills in drawing my flow. Former NFL wide receiver Miles Austin, who grew up in Garfield, New Jersey, goes through his career in cards in this month's My Cardboard Timeline.
Oh, of course, she's still alive. She's up there.
She was.
It's been a while since we featured a card artist on the show. I'm a great one.
So that's surprised that she's throwing in it. And they were, I mean, that was one of those marriages that was built for life. So,
he seems so cool and collected because I watched it again the other day.
One goes, the other goes.
0 outs.
Yeah,
and I thought that was
he had runners on first and third, and he looks so calm in the video.
Her and Lou used to be part of this travel agency.
I'm an artist here in New Jersey, and I love to remake cards by hand.
Kind of got to know each other a little bit. This is like when I was,
I've been an artist since I was a little kid. My wife gave me a whole bunch of art supplies, and in there was this, and I saw watercolor cards, and I was like, this is about the size of a baseball card. Me and my brother were super big collectors when we were growing up, so I always loved baseball cards, and the second I noticed that, I just off to the races.
That's how kind of one of my conversations was struck with.
Back when I was doing it in 2012, I was putting them up on Instagram.
Talk about
huge market for art cards back then. I didn't see a lot of people doing them, and people didn't seem super interested in them. 10-year hiatus.
When I
see the Card Life, I'm like, I'm going to make another card. Pine Tar incident with George Brett. There was an anniversary.
God, do I wish I would have taken pictures.
Decided I'm going to make the George Brett rookie card. Put it on.
See what you just went to, dude. It's like night and day. It's unbelievable.
It's for my collection, and I was blown away. That just kind of set the ball rolling. This was one of my first attempts at just kind of coming up with a design. It's kind of loosely based on the 1963 Topps, but this card doesn't exist anywhere. This is just a photo of Roberto that I found that I mixed with some other card elements. It's pretty much a 2-day process. The whole approaching the painting part can actually be really stressful because you really don't know what you've got until you get to the painting part. And if anything's wrong at that point, you've got to go back and just redo the whole process over again. This is Matt's starting of his card, was the drawing that ends up getting traced on the computer and then transferred over here. At the end of these, I end up redrawing the same thing probably 4 or 5 times. They're all pen first, and then I use a watercolor set. This is actually the same exact watercolor set that Mary bought me back in 2012 when I first started making these. I wanted to do stuff that was less my idea and more other people's idea, and try and help them either find something for their collection that they didn't have, or find something maybe unique that they never thought they could have. I try to do a little bit of a story with every card if I can, and add as much research about the person or the person getting it, and try and tie everything together. I see your show and I see how excitement is not just the card, but it's like getting the box open. And my wife, she's always been a master of packaging, and we wanted it to be an experience. This, when Bryce first got picked up by the Phillies, used to be his custom to run out into right field and give the fans a little bit of a salute. This is the actual Bryce card that I created, and it's in the style of a old Gypsy Queen. I've painted almost 100 cards, I'd say now. You really don't have a lot of time to second guess what you're doing. You just kind of have to go for it.
Why we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Visit California Psychic.
Alrighty. Here we go.
We grew up as passionate fans and collectors. Now we've started a giant movement that makes you the MVP. Built on GOAT-level service, a game-changing online shopping experience, and the hottest cards at the lowest prices. The ultimate collector's cave, our modern-day retail experience. Open now in Alpharetta, Georgia. Giant sports cards.
Hi, I'm Libby, and I'm a Peete Cardinal. You have made an impact here.
Against the Colorado Rockies, we'll have to play here on KMOX for 550. 6:45 in the first inning with the voice of the Cardinals, John Rennie. On the TV side,
Kids like me owe everything to people like you. Make your pledge for patients today at homersforhealth.org.
Good to get a happy flight with this ball club coming back home.
Certain it's level 5.
Are you for imprint? Certain.
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint. Your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. I recently helped a couple buy their dream home even before selling their current one. HomeLight's Buy Before You Sell program was a game changer. They were able to buy and sell on their own schedule. It was so easy, and they were thrilled.
It's been terrific.
What should we do?
I'm going to cashnetusa.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, I can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to cashnetusa.com to apply for the money you need.
It's Valley Sports.
You're getting length out of your starting rotation. That's so huge, especially right now.
It's time to unbox your love of the game, presented by Giant Sports Cards. Raleigh Dinger is 11 years old and loves collecting baseball cards. Giant Sports Cards sent Raleigh a box of 2024 Topps Tribute, and he invited good friends Theo, William, and Hunter over for the break. All 4 boys are big Oriole fans, despite living more than 1,200 miles from Baltimore. The best hits, an autographed card of Hall of Famer Barry Larkin, and 2-time All-Star Christian Yelich. Congrats on the hits, guys.
Thank you, Giant Sports Cards, for letting us unbox our love of the game.
Unbox your love of the game at giantsportscards.com.
While we were filming this episode, Matt joined the Collects crew on their Whatnot page to rip some free packs for fans, answer questions, and give away some of Matt's autographed cards.
Rosario, there's another white border. Red hand.
From May 30th to June 2nd, Whatnot is hosting the world's largest virtual card show. It's the 4th edition of the Whatnot Card Show, and will feature everything you can imagine in the collectible space.
Whatnot Card Show is essentially a global live shopping event. But the goal is to connect thousands of sports card sellers.
Because, golly, I mean, that's your blueprint of winning games. It's Jojo Romero, it's Andrew Kittredge, and it's Ryan Helsley to shut it down. You have the lead after 6. You feel really good about things, but those guys can't pitch every day, right? Ryan picks up his 20th save of the season today in Houston. It's a great number for him. I love the way that he's been used, by the way, with just the 9th inning, not extending him for multiple outs. But the workload is going to catch up, as you alluded to. You're starting to see it a little bit, starting to see a down day here or there, or some down stuff, or maybe it's command that is a little bit off. You'd love to be able to fill these guys a little bit more room. And the rotation, as you mentioned, Scotty has a big part in that, of being able to eat up some innings, give you some depth. But I believe that the biggest key that's going to save this bullpen is the offense actually doing the things that we believe that this offense can do. We've seen some better days here recently in the last 3 weeks from this offense, but that's how you stay away from that back end of the bullpen, is when you start blowing the doors off the opposition. And unfortunately, the Cardinals just haven't had the firepower to do that too much yet.
To get to the bullpen, Brad Thompson from Valley Sports Midwest, talking Cardinal baseball with him here on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX, is Middleton seems like a huge loss. I know you and Ricky and all those guys that were down at spring training for the better part of the whole month plus, had nothing but great things to say about him, along with Riley O'Brien. You kind of hope that somewhere along the way he gets into the fold to kind of give the top three a little bit of a break like you're talking about. I know Giovanni Gallegos is trying to get his way back as well, as he's back in the minors trying to get back to the majors. But those are some key figures, I think, that are going to have to help alleviate some of the pressure off, as you mentioned, the top three. And the other one, the guy that I've been impressed with, I don't know about you, Brad, but I really like this Ryan Fernandez that the Cardinals picked up in the offseason.
No question. I'll start with him. I mean, Ryan has looked really good. This is a guy that was a Rule 5 pickup from Boston, and you didn't really know what to expect. Remember early in the season, all right, how is Ollie going to use him? When are they going to deploy him? And now you've seen that role of his grow to be one of those bridge guys to your back end of the bullpen. Or if you're down a run or 2 runs, still a very tight game where you're not going to want to use those JoJo, Kittredge, Helsley, obviously without the lead, you can go to Ryan. So he is doing a really good job. He's got swing and miss stuff. He's got over 10 strikeouts for 9 right now, the way that he's throwing the ball. Good slider, good fastball, and just poised for a guy that has never been here before. Love what we're seeing. But you're right, going back to the Keenan Middleton injury, it's a huge blow. You went out and spent money on your bullpen because you knew that guy would help you. You knew the combination of his fastball, changeup was just difference maker. More swing and miss in that pen, and easily alleviates, if he's healthy, some of that. Maybe that Kittredge gets a day or 2 off because Middleton doesn't. You go back and forth of what that 8th inning looks like in a right-handed lane. That one hurts. As you know, Scott, Riley O'Brien was arguably the most talked about arm in the bullpen in spring training. He's throwing 97 with sink with a sweeping slider off of it from like a high 3/4 slot, and nobody was touching him. And then he gets in one game and he lands on the IL for a couple of months. He's making his way back. So Riley O'Brien is going to be key. And you mentioned Giovanni Gallegos as well. The hope is that heavy workload the last couple of years, maybe getting this opportunity to get healthy, reset on the IL, can bring back some of that swing and miss, specifically on his slider. We saw the fastball velocity go down for Gio before hitting the IL, and that makes his slider, you don't have to honor the heater as much, so you can weight back on that slider. If he throws in the strike zone, it would get hit a bit more. So 2 key guys that can really take a little pressure off.
Brad Thompson, as we wrap things up with you, and appreciate you joining us here on KMOX. Of course, Peete and Chip Carey will be having the coverage on Valley Sports Midwest this weekend of the Cardinals and the Colorado Rockies. Game 1 is on Thursday. We're seeing, as you kind of alluded to right before we started talking about the bullpen, is the offense coming around. Nolan Warmann really looking good over the last month. But I think the one guy that sticks out to me is Alec Burleson. And I think he is really starting, Brad, and correct me if I'm wrong, to position himself when guys start getting healthy. Are they going to be able to get their spot back, whether it's the outfield or as a DH? Because the way Burley's sitting right now, if this continues, and we know throughout his minor league years with the Cardinals, which was really quick, this guy can just flat out hit, and he might be a very important cog, in my opinion, at least in the middle of their lineup.
Scotty, I want everybody to get healthy, and I want them to get healthy quickly. But there is not an iteration of this Cardinal lineup that is better that doesn't have Alec Burleson in it. You're absolutely right. I mean, this is a guy, he's got high on-base skills. He is a great bat to ball, hard contact, level swing, but he can elevate when he needs to. Coming in today, he's hitting 300 since May 12th, had 5 home runs. As we all know, Homer hit 3 straight along with Warmann. Like, this is a guy that takes a big league at bat. And we saw it in doses last year, but now we're seeing the runway. We're seeing a guy that is getting a chance to play every single day, get those reps, get that timing, get that feel. You know how hard that job is, Scott, when you're a guy like Alex that played every day in high school, played every day in college, played every day in the minor league.
What are we, 56-50?
you're a pinch hit option late,
Yes.
and your routine
After this
totally
next
changes. Well, you're back into that everyday player routine, and you're seeing it really work out for them. You talk to the staff, I've talked to the staff. Ollie, Turner, Ward, the entire offensive staff, they freaking love this guy. They love the skills that we see. They love the makeup behind the scenes. He's just a perfect fit. I think that he brings a personality that a clubhouse really needs. He's lighthearted, but when it's time to work, he works. I feel like he is a real key piece of what you're doing here in 2024.
Brad, always appreciate the time. We will see.
Brad Thompson joining us here on the Gray Bar Sports Open Line, and I think Alec Burleson has got a bright future from an offensive standpoint. I think that's a keeper, if you will. And the Cardinals obviously are very high on a lot of these young guys, and obviously we all know the offense started out slow this season. We're starting to see the turn with Warmann, Burleson. Mason Wynn has obviously been a huge surprise. And a real quick story before we go to break as far as Mason Wynn is concerned, because I know he wasn't in the lineup, and he's dealing with back problems. So it's one of those things that the Cardinals are juggling. If he didn't have the back problems, trust me, Ollie Marmol's throwing him out there every day. But I've mentioned this before on the TV side, and if you haven't caught it, talk to a scout. The winter before last at a basketball tournament that I was working at down in Cayman Islands, one of the guys that was working the tournament actually had just finished up working as a scout for the Miami Marlins, and one of his coverage teams was the Cardinals, along with actually the Kansas City Royals, and he covered AA. And at that time, that's when Wynn and Walker were with the Cardinals Springfield AA team. He had nothing but glowing things to say, even with Jordan Walker making the transition to the outfield, said he could cover the ground, this, that, and the other thing, thinks he can hit all kinds of home runs and hit for average, and we know that that's basically what they're working. He's hitting for average now down in Memphis AAA. It's just a matter of trying to get the power up and working with the swing a little bit. But the one thing that this scout told me was, Mason Wynn right now, in his estimation, could play in the major leagues. Again, this is 2 winters ago from a defensive standpoint. He said, Scott, my thing with Wynn is can he hit at this level? And obviously in his rookie season, his full rookie season, obviously got a little taste of it in September. He has been so impressive from an offensive standpoint. I think it has been awesome. And you get in, and these guys will tell you, whether it's a Brad Thompson or an Al Rabosky, Ricky Wharton that I've have the pleasure to work with, or Jim Edmonds or whoever, normally you get a book after about a month or so, and they're going to start figuring out ways and different ways to pitch you. And they really haven't gotten the book on Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn has been doing a great job, not only just pulling the ball, but also taking the ball the other way. He's been spraying the field with his offense, and really one of the top offensive hitters when you look at just straight average for Mason Wynn. And it's been really, really fun to see. And hopefully that back can get healthy quickly, so we don't see as much time missed for Mason, because I think he's a huge part if the Cardinals want to try to get heated up in this race. And with the victory today, 2 games under 500 at 29-31. Take a break here on Gray Bar Sports Open Line, and when we come back, we will wrap up the hour. We'll get you a look at some of the scores in Major League Baseball, including the Dodgers and the Pirates. We'll talk about that when we come back on KMOX.
Paid for by government.com. Have you heard? A recent stash of 1902 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1902 silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 300 of these Morgan silver dollars are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-937-4707, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1902 Morgan silver dollar, featuring the iconic old mint mark of the New Orleans Mint, but with limited quantity. You must call now. These 1902 silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 122 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-937-4707. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-937-4707 now to secure your 1902 Morgan silver dollars before.
So it is 5650.
That's 1-800-937-4707.
Grazie.
Quote, Janet Williams, Susan Honor, and Jonathan Ernst have in common. They're just some of the best fans in baseball and winners of a pair of tickets to an upcoming game at $100 to Rollins. Want to get in on the winning? To get entered, head to KMOX.
Yeah, this last segment will be about 2 minutes, to be short.
Decked out in your game day attire. The best fans in baseball. Presented by
Should be a nice and easy one.
the mark of a pro. McKelvey Homes waterfront at Wild
Same thing. We'll just start out the second hour with Bernie, and then I'll tag it at the end and pump up Tony Husband.
Visit
Perfect.
McKelveyhomes.com for more information.
If you have an IRS problem, getting accurate legal advice could help get this all behind you right now. Hi, I'm local attorney Lance Drury with the Drury Law Firm. The IRS made new changes that make it easier to settle your IRS debt for a reduced amount. Not all our clients qualify, but under the IRS's new Fresh Start program, you may be able to resolve your IRS problems.
I don't think we'll need Brian, to be honest with you.
What?
I don't think we'll need Brian because the last segment I'll have to get one
Brad
of these
Young.
Cardinals.
Brad, you mean?
Brad, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
oh, that's cool to me.
Thousands of IRS cases over the last 15 years, and your first visit
That is
completely
fine
free
with
and
me.
confidential. And I'll tell you on the spot exactly how much it will cost. So if you're facing IRS wage levies, bank levies, or tax liens, call me, Lance Drury, at 314-260-6120, or go to Lance, DRURY law.com. If you have IRS issues, you need a local attorney, you need me, Lance Drury.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, and we are joined by Dr. Slade Stratton, dermatologic surgeon. What are the signs and symptoms of skin cancer?
You know, anything new, growing, changing, and on top of that, for sure, anything that hurts, all should be concerns that, prompts you to go see your doctor.
Special thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, go to siteman.wustl.edu.
Paid for by government.com. Have you heard? A recent stash of 1902 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1902 silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 300 of these Morgan silver dollars are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-937-4707, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1902 Morgan silver dollar, featuring the iconic old mint mark of the New Orleans Mint, but with limited quantity. You must call now. These 1902 silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 122 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-937-4707. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-937-4707 now to secure your 1902 Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-937-4707.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Vira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made
long
available
break.
from Heinrich
Holy
Advisors
shit.
LLC. Registered investment advisors.
Sports over line breaks are ridiculous.
Services LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
I'm Debbie Monterey, and I see more clearly thanks to the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates. Make your appointment today at 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
When people call us, they do feel very uncomfortable with whatever the pest problem might be. The customer experience is really what we focus on.
They make your life better.
So if you've got a pest problem, call Rottler's, a proven pest solution. We'll take care of you.
Now at pedalthecause.org. Register for our 15th anniversary event. Coming is September 21st and 22nd. Because the more we ride, the more we
All right, we'll have about 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes.
The more we raise, the more we research. The more we research, the more we all ring. Together, we will create a world without cancer. Learn more at pedalthecause.org.
Welcome back to the Gray Bar Sports.
Scott Warmann in for Matt Pauley as we're wrapping up hour number one. And thanks to Willie Harvey, linebacker for the Battlehawks, join us this hour along with Brad Thompson. Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, we'll kick it off with the Hall of Famer, Bernie Federko. We'll talk Stanley Cup Finals with Bernard, and we'll talk a little Soccer City back in action as they will take on Portland on Saturday night. Tony Husband will be on the call. He's MLS broadcaster for the Apple broadcast, and Tony will break down that matchup. And we'll talk some more baseball coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. Danny Spewak has a book coming out called Cardinals Dreams, The Legacy of Charlie Peete and a Life Cut Short. That's all coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. Cardinals, of course, again, winning today 4-2. Meanwhile, Phillies blanked the Brewers 2-0 this afternoon. White Sox are in the north side to take on the Cubbies again tonight at Wrigley as they'll get that one kick-started. But the other game I wanted to focus on here real quick, Pittsburgh Pirates are in town next week as the back end of the 7-game homestand. The Buccos are taking on the Dodgers. They have a 7-2 lead in the top half of the 5th inning. And Paul Skeens is on the bump for the Buccos. He's pitched 4 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. He has given up 2 runs on 3 hits. Now, in his first matchup with Shohei, he Ks him. The second matchup, Shohei goes yard on him. I am looking forward to seeing this guy. I was just looking. They have the Dodgers again tomorrow, and then a 3-game set over the weekend. They have a day off like the Cardinals on Monday. So if you figure that all out, 4 days, we're going to see Skeens next week. And I cannot wait to see this guy. He is something special. And when you watch him, dude throws triple digits, and it is so effortless. It is absolutely incredible. Looking forward to that. Of course, the Cardinals taking on the Rockies tomorrow. We'll have it for you on KMOX. When we come back, we'll talk some hockey with the Hall of Famer, Bernie Federko, next.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared,
Wow.
to frighten you into calling.
Wonder. So how long do you have to stay here then?
TRA is here to
11?
tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000,
Nothing like a good old 12-hour day.
we have a solution. It doesn't matter if
So,
you're in your car, at work, or
I know you told me before. So you do some work over at 97.1 helping out as well?
They schedule the part-timers here, there, and then for city games at 198. So it's like when you apply for one, you work for all 3. You don't just work for one. It's wherever you're needed. So.
Huh. Interesting.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com.
But they can't give you more than 20 some odd hours, right, a week.
It's no, they can give me up to 40 as long as I don't go over 40. It's they're
real solutions.
Really? See, it used to be you could only do like 29 and a half. Because when we did Sports of Blind and what we called the Sports Hub back in the early 2010s, me and Claves and McLaughlin and Kerber did that. But I would do weekends I would do Joe Pot on the weekends. So I could only do like 2 of the sports hubs if we had a maximum, because I would have my limit on the hours, because at the time you couldn't go over 30.
Right.
Interesting. So that's changed.
Yeah, that at least for me it's different, or for us, I don't know if it's different for on air wise or not. But
so what are you averaging normally on a week about?
22, 25-ish, I'd say, probably. Then there's weeks where I'll go more than that. But I would say that's probably pretty close to average. But then, I mean, you add that. I'm getting, like, when you add in, like, when the Cardinals are at home, and, I mean, and miscellaneous other things, it ends up being, I'm usually working way more than that. But
do you get paid by the Cardinals, though? Do they give you something?
Yeah, so
I thought that was the case.
Yeah, like that's a separate job, and then the only time that they combine is when I'm in the clubhouse after the game. Then I get paid like for that hour by both.
Oh, so you go to the clubhouse and get sound for them.
Yeah,
that's cool. You work that out with Ben, I guess.
Ben and Steve, yeah.
Well, that's a good experience for you then.
Oh, it's great.
It's
my favorite part about the kids. My favorite part about all of it is getting to go down there and I put together answers to my interviews. I edit little clips and I share them on Twitter or whatever. And anything to try and get your own little bit of content out.
Absolutely.
Ignite your wanderlust and let the journey begin. You explore the world's best adventure cities.
Spread your wings, man.
That's what I'm trying for. I'm hoping that next year, this next off season, I really start looking at the minor league market hard and see if there's going to be any opportunities out there anywhere.
Well, you got to, as I told you before, you got to go to the winter meetings.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of guys have gone and found those type of jobs.
Yeah, that's what
everybody and their brother. I've never gone, but I've heard everybody and their brother.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been hearing. That's what Slade told me. He told me that's what it said. So it's becoming very clear that the winter meetings is going to be something that'll be a fun.
You're watching Valley Sports, the home of the Blues and Cardinals.
John or Ricky or Chip or Brad or whoever, those are awesome resources for you to utilize, especially to get your first foot in the door.
For sure. Totally.
And again, the experience like you're doing tomorrow, calling games, doesn't make a difference. I remember when McLaughlin was at Linwood, and he was doing volleyball games for KSLT down in Washington. And Danny was getting like $25 a game. He's not doing a game. That's all.
Jim Evans will not be with us today. Jim has some personal business to attend to, but Jim Hayes will be alongside, and our pal Mark Sweeney joins us from Ballpark Village in St. Louis. Sweeney, dog, good to have you here for the broadcast as we wrap up our series with the Stros today.
When I was at Linwood, we didn't do anything.
Oh, Chip, thanks for having me. This is an important game for the Cardinals. This long road trip has been taxing. We've seen some good things, and we'd like to see a win. Hopefully, the offense supports Miles Michaelis' outing today.
I can't think of a better way to welcome you to the show than talking about left-hand hitting power. The Cardinals have certainly shown that in this series.
Yeah, and Alec Burleson has been excellent, and he has earned every bit of his playing time. You see the numbers recently. He definitely understands how to power the baseball, but what I love is he hits the ball where it's pitched. Out over the plate is his comfort zone. As you can see, he can power to left center, which is the ability to be able to create guys trying to get him in tight. And when he has that ability, line drives are his recipe of success. The ultimate compliment is not being able to shift against this guy, and he's shown power. He has the ability to hit mistakes, but also Alec Burleson understands he's earned every bit of his opportunity. If you look at everything that he does, he hits the ball to all fields. It showcases this. Hard singles, hard line drives, but also the potential to hit home runs to opposite field, pull power. This is a guy that hits, understands that when it's in the strike zone, he's going to take a whack at it.
Well, the Cardinals, Mark, have been taking plenty of whacks at the baseball, and they're hitting a lot of long balls. Frequent flyers, indeed, have been the Redbirds' batsmen since the start of May. The ball's been flying in Houston for Burleson and Gorman in particular. We hope that trend continues in Game 3 today.
Meet my boyfriend, Jake.
What's up, everyone?
What is all over your feet?
They're flowers. I study botany.
Resting dad face back there likes plants too.
Grab some pruners. Let's prune.
Introducing SimpleSale.com. It's the best way to get an all-cash offer on your house today. Just answer a few quick questions and we'll match you with all cash buyers in your area. Get started today at SimpleSale.com and sell your house the easy way.
Don't freak out, but you can get 50% off all menu price Domino's pizzas when you order online right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Right now?
Right now? Right now.
50% off, honey, right now!
Now through the end of the week, get 50% off all mini price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
You're way shorter than I thought you'd be. There's a shirtless selfie of me by the dumbbells. Here I am. I do air drumming. I'm a competitive air drummer.
Oh, wow.
By the way, I forgot my wallet at home, so sugar mama.
Will you excuse me?
The Hyundai Tucson with advanced tech and safety features. There's joy in every journey. Get 2.99% APR for 60 months, plus $500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
This bakery needs new equipment fast to keep up with demand. So they're going to On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and, if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
We welcome you back to Houston for Game 3. It's the Cardinals. It's the Astros from Minute Maid Park. Nice crowd gathering for the finale of our three-game set. It's also the finale of our road trip. Jim Hayes will join me here in Houston. Good to have Mark Sweeney back at Ballpark Village again. Jim Evans needs a personal day today. Everything's okay with Jimmy and his family, but we'll look forward to seeing him when we get back to St. Louis. And, Oliver Marmol and the Cardinals would love to head home with a happy flight and their 29th win. The Cardinals offense has had booming bats in this series, but they've dropped the first 2 games of the set. Your forward starting lineup looks pretty much the same tonight. Brandon Crawford, though, gets the start at shortstop for Mason Wynn. Pedro Pajes is behind the plate, and Burleson and Nolan Gorman have been red-hot homer hitters for the Cardinals. And Swing Dog, we've got a tough opponent on the mound. Ronel Blanco, who's already authored a no-hitter this year, looks for his 6th win for the Astros today.
Yeah, the talented right-handed pitcher. This is a guy that has been a very shot in the arm for this Astros starting rotation because they've dealt with a lot of injuries, inconsistencies, and you see it. This is the arsenal that he possesses. Pitches the fastball just to show, and it's all over the quadrants, but the slider and changeup are really going to come into play. The changeup, to me, has been the difference for this right-hander, including his no-hitter, which I thought was another shocking moment for the Houston Astros. They're looking for anything. April 1st against Toronto, he was brilliant. The changeup was there. You could see the arm speed on the changeup. That is going to be something I think the Cardinals are going to have to deal with and try to elevate that changeup. And if it's mistakes, they go a long way. But that's a moment the Astros will always remember.
And their manager, Joe Espada, will certainly remember it. That was his first big league win as a manager. His starter throws a no-hitter. That's never been done before. So Brendan Donovan ready to go for the Cardinals. He's looking for his first hit of the series. The Cardinals have hit a first-inning homer in 3 straight games. More of the same would be welcome here today. And the first pitch is in at 93 for strike 1. Donovan at 236 on the year, 4 homers, and 25 driven in. Pop fly off to the left side and out of play. The Astros have a different look defensively. In fact, they had a late scratch moments before first pitch. Alex Bregman, who was hit on the hand last night, could not answer the bell today. They'll rest him with an off day tomorrow and a Western swing coming up. And there is Dubon at third at the line, and Donovan pops out, and we're underway here in Houston, Texas. A look at the rest of the Astros defensive lineup. Let's go left to right on our Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's defense. Jordan Alvarez in left, Jake Myers in center, Trey Cabbage just up from the minor leagues. Here's their man in right field. Pena and Altuve terrific up the middle. We got to find a way, Mark, to slow down Yainer Diaz, who's hit 2 big homers in this series. And speaking of homers, here's your man.
One on the pull side, one the opposite way.
And here's your man, Alec Burleson.
Well, I absolutely love what Alec Burleson has done. We talked about hitting the ball where it's pitched. This is a guy that just hunts different spots.
And I love what you said in Cardinals Live and in our opening comments. It's not just pull side power. He's hitting the ball line to line right now.
Yeah, Chip, I think if you start looking at Alec Burleson, he knows how to hit, and it's not a surprise to him of his success. He was looking for that opportunity, but he has earned all of that by hitting to all fields.
Already 8 homers for Alec, and not a ton of playing time for the Cardinals, but right now with the injuries to Tommy Edman, Lars Nootbaar, Wilson Contreras, if you hit, you're going to play. And Alec has certainly been doing that with homers in 3 consecutive games for the Cardinals. And that's yanked out of play into the seats off to our right again. It's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's pretty remarkable, Mark, when you think about it. You look at the average for Alec on the road trip. It isn't anything to get excited about, but it's the power and the hard hit rate that you are excited about. Not many holes for Burleson in Cincy, Philly, and here in Houston. That's got to frustrate you, right?
Talk about Alec Burleson. It does. I think it becomes the hard hit rate is there. He's running some tough luck at times, but this guy takes a consistent at bat every single time he's in there, and he's hunting that fastball.
This one on the ground. Altuve to his right, throws on the run and gets Burleson after a long at bat. And there's your second out here in the Cardinal first inning. Paul Goldschmidt's coming up. Mark, what is your Toyota key to the game today?
Well, runners in scoring position, Chip. It's been a nemesis for a lot of the teams inconsistencies, I'd say. So knock them in today. That when they get opportunities, hunt that fastball, hit off the fastball, and use the big part of the field.
You make an excellent point on the road trip. The Cardinals are 8 for 51 with runners in scoring position. And of those 8 hits, only 3 of them actually brought in a run. So thankfully we're hitting homers, but haven't had a whole lot of men on base. When the ball leaves the ballpark, let's see if Goldie can keep the inning alive. He's reached base in 21 straight. And this one poked to first. Ronel Blanco to the bag. And he breezes through a scoreless first inning on 13 pitches. So it's Miles Michaelis' turn as the Cardinals and Astros wrap up our set.
Make this a summer to share in our powerful new Kia K5 with available 290 horsepower and sleek modern interior. Or the fun, tech-forward Forte, recommended by Consumer Reports. Plus, every Kia is backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. During the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event, lease a specially tagged 2024 Forte LXS for $179 a month.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after 11% rebate. Bags of Schultz plant food are just $3.99. Moving blankets, only $1.99. Stock up with Dots Homestyle Pretzels, just $4.99 per bag. 75-count Clorox disinfecting wipes, only $3.54. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry in before time runs out. Sign up for Menards emails to get more hot deals, plus the weekly flyer right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. He asked all his therapists to help him undertake some of the house chores. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
Well, Mark, we turn to Miles Michaelis in the series wrap-up. He's turned his fortunes around over his last 4 starts.
Yeah, all 3 wins have come on the road, Chip, and this is a huge start for him, not only for him, but also the club. They need a good effort, given opportunity. As we look at the arsenal, he mixes and matches. Really, it becomes swing and miss with 2 strikes, but getting ahead is very important for Miles.
And it starts with Jose Altuve, who's picked up 3 hits in the series. And the first pitch breaks his bat, and Michaelis off to a good start. Here's a look at the Astros Ford starting lineup. Again, a different look without Alex Bregman batting second. They moved Jeremy Pena there. Alvarez has shredded the Cardinals in the series. And we'll get our first look at Trey Cabbage, a left-hand hitting right fielder, who debuts in the series against the Cardinals today. You mentioned swing and miss. That's a real vexing problem for any pitcher facing the Astros, Mark. This is a Houston club that doesn't chase and they don't strike out. Fly ball center and playable for Michael Ciani, who backtracks a step or 2. Altuve's retired for out number 1.
Well, Chip, you make a great point because it really isn't swing and miss against teams that are very good at keeping their approach. They dial into their plan of attack, and that's why the Houston Astros are one of those offenses you have to be careful of.
First in the American League in average, fewest strikeouts in the major leagues for the Astros, who start play today 6 under 500 and 7 games behind Seattle in the AL West. This is Jeremy Pena, their terrific young shortstop. He's 3 for 5 in the series. He's hit 5 homers and has knocked in 23. Inside out swing, long run for Gorman. He will field and flip to first, and not in time. Pena outruns the baseball. Long run for Gorman. He couldn't beat Pena to first, and it's an infield hit with 1 out.
Yeah, a lot of the communication has been with the defensive shifts. I think the Cardinals got hurt by this weak ground ball. Warmann was shifted almost behind second base, and the speed of Peete gets down there, and he earns that infield hit.
That's a great example of a hitter taking advantage of what your defense gives you, right?
Exactly.
So, Michaelis, to the stretch, here's Yordan Alvarez. He's got an 8-game hitting streak and has reached base in 17 in a row. And he's off stride and skies that to straightaway center on the first pitch. And Michaelis has out number 2. Pena's going to tag. He's going to try to move up, and the throw is going to be close but late. Pena moves up on a fly ball to straightaway center. So good base running for Peña. He's in scoring position with 2 outs. The Cardinals dodge Tire and Auto Center's defense. Donovan and Burleson with Ciani in center. Around the horn, it's Arenado, Brandon Crawford at second today, and Pedro Pajes, as we said, catching day game after night game. Jake Myers, not originally in the lineup for Houston, but is pressed into duty with Bregman's injury, and Dubon moving to play third base. Myers, a couple of RBIs, 24 in total on the year. Pride of Omaha, Nebraska. And a strike. That's where Miles has to work. Right,
one of those plans against Miles. Yeah, one of those plans against Miles Michaelis is being aggressive because he throws so many strikes. He's second in the league behind Clayton Kershaw with strikes on the first pitch. So that is one of those opportunities for the opposition, hunting that first pitch.
Now, can he get strike 3 to the Astros cleanup man, Jake Myers? Scoreless game, first inning. Like the Cardinals, the Astros have been playing long ball of late. They've hit 13 home runs in their last 6 games. As Pena leads, the pitch is right there, strike 3. Michaelis got ahead, and 4 pitches finishes off Myers in his first scoreless frame. Nolan Gorman to work for the Cardinals as we go to the second.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
What's the score of the game?
The new Hyundai Elantra with America's best warranty. There's joy in every journey. Get 3.49% APR for 60 months, plus 500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Hey, St. Louis. Tickets for Less is your gateway to baseball heaven all season long. Every seat holds a story. Find yours at ticketsforless.com and never pay service fees.
We need a small business loan fast.
I got this.
Loan Cannon!
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. Go to OnDeck.com, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead to later in the game.
Ali and the Cardinals ramping up their longest road trip of the season today. Here are the numbers. Pitching's been very good. They're scoring almost 4 runs a game, but Mark got to clean up things defensively here in Game 3.
Yeah. This is a surprise to me because of how good they were at the beginning of the year defensively. They were so solid, kept themselves in ball games, but now you're starting to see these mistakes at the wrong times, adding pitches, adding outs.
23 errors for the Cardinals in the last 19 games. as Crawford takes up and away. 2 balls and a strike. Crawford playing today, not Mason Wynn. Jim Hayes, there's a reason for that.
Well, Mason put on a show for his friends and family last night. 3 hits, including a homer on base 4-time. All that while dealing with a back issue. He told me, I'm not 100%, that's for certain. I'm trying to manage it. I want to be in there if I can. And Chip Ollie said Mason is a tough kid, but sitting him today because of the back issue made the most sense. And Crawford makes it pay off. How about that?
It does. There goes the no-hitter. So Crawford, who started for Mason Wynn earlier on the road trip and had a homer and another base hit, as the first Cardinal knock of this game, a leadoff double. And now Pages and Ciani a chance to strike first here in the St. Louis third. Pages looking for his second hit, rolls it towards short. Crawford got a good read on that ball to the left side and is able to move up. He's 90 feet away on a productive out.
Yeah, Chuck, reading the ball off the bat, which was really important. Brandon Crawford inserted in the lineup, but he understands how to play the game. The read, the weak contact, and advancing to third base, setting up an RBI situation. Remember, runners in scoring position. This is a key today.
Michael Ciani has a big cut, didn't get it. Infield in for the Astros in a scoreless game. Ciani 0 for 5, but with an RBI. That's really been a story of this series for both of these offenses. As that one stroked towards center, Myers backs up, makes the play, and Crawford's going to tag and score. Good job by Ciani. He makes it out, but the Cardinals mark score a run. Crawford comes home to make it 1-0.
Get him over, get him in. And Michael Ciani exploits that RBI situation by using the big part of the field. That's an easy concept, but he executed to get the first run.
So sack fly. St. Louis has the early lead. Here's Donovan. He takes a strike. I was about to say one of the themes of this series has been putting the ball in play in run scoring opportunities for both the Cardinals and the Astros. Lots of runs have scored on outs simply because of what you said, fundamental ABC baseball. Donovan popped out to start the game for the Redbirds. And that one off his thumbs and back to the netting. It's a ball and 2 strikes. High fly ball toward Myers in right center. He'll have plenty of room, and the Cardinals cash in a leadoff double. A sac fly by Michael Ciani gives Miles Michaelis a 3rd inning lead.
Valley Sports is now streaming on Fubo. Watch the Cardinals and more of your local teams streaming live on all your devices. Plus, over 350 top channels. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Dear road rivals, no truck on the road drives value like the Tundra. Day after day, mile after mile, it all adds up to big savings under the hood. What's under yours? Toyota Tundra. Toyota Tundra has the best resale value in its class by Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
I work with HomeLight to get the best deals for my clients. Whether you're looking to sell for the right price or hunting for that dream home, let's make your real estate experience smooth and rewarding. Start your journey at HomeLight.com today.
At Grainger, we know the ones who get it done wear a lot of hats. A hard hat is one, problem solver is another. Whatever the job calls for, we're here for you. We're America's trusted source for industrial-grade products with the scale and resources to deliver and the knowledge to help answer tough product questions. Because we know that hats change, but having access to real people ready to help combined with fast delivery never goes out of style. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Before we hit the home third mark, let's check out our Fubo upcoming schedule for the Cardinals. A nice homestand starts tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think that's an impressive spot, but just getting home is going to feel so good, Chip, for a lot of that extended road trip. 3 city road trips You want to get home and get some home cooking.
And some clean socks. That's always helpful. Jose Abreu leads off and takes high and tight. Well, this is an important stretch of games for the Cardinals. Look, every game's important, but especially so now. The Cardinals are in the middle of a stretch of 19 consecutive games against sub-500 teams. And of their remaining 38 or so up to the All-Star break, as things stand now, they're just 6 games versus teams with winning records. So if you're going to make a move, Mark, I would assume this is the time where you really want to start thinking about your push in the early days of June.
Yeah, Chip, a consistent baseball, winning, especially taking care at home.
Abreu skies out to center. Michaelis has the first out. Mauricio Dubon is coming up. And this is why this stretch is so important, why this game is so important. The Central is still very much within reach. The Cubs have leapfrogged past us for second place. But the Brewers have run into the buzzsaw that is the Phillies. Philadelphia tries to sweep them today as they enjoy a 6-game divisional lead.
Well, Chip, the shocking part, if you look at the standings across baseball, there's not a lot of teams that are over 500. So you get an opportunity there. You get right around 500, you feel good about yourself.
Burleson's got plenty of room in right. He makes the grab. 2 quick outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flyouts now for Michaelis in his first 2 2/3, and not a lot of hard contact. So his ball is moving. Altuve was the first fly ball victim. He led off with a soft fly to center. Altuve, a lifelong Astro. What a career this guy has had, and what a signing for the Houston organization. They've had unbelievably good luck in signing amateur free agents out of Latin America, and Altuve certainly at the top of the list. Mark, this guy's on his way to Cooperstown.
Yeah, tone setter, and just love watching him play. Not only does he do it offensively, but defensively, he impacts the game. Winning ball player on a team that has the high expectations because they built players around him.
Yanked foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And your point about expectations is exactly right. The Astros have been to the ALCS in 7 straight seasons. They can still get there this year with about 100 games left, but they've got some tough sledding. 6 games under 500 as we play today. Altuve reaches for that, pops it into shallow right. That inside pitch from Michael has paid dividends. Altuve's retired. Miles has set down 8 straight and protects a 1-0 lead.